I am about to upload a game that I have been waiting years for on my channel, and it is called Pragmata. And I wanted to make this video beforehand because I have a lot of thoughts on what is going on. There's a lot of controversy for the right reasons and for the wrong reasons with this game, and I just want to get into it. So, if you haven't seen, Pragmata is going through pretty mixed things where people are praising the game that it's a good game. Capcom back with another W after releasing Resident Evil Requiem. You know, they gave us Street Fighter 6 over the years. They gave us Dragon's Dogma. They're just giving us constant W's. But design decisions has caused issues for Pragmata where we have people on Reddit that were posting, let's just say, borderline CP, you could say, and borderline very inappropriate, weird things on Reddit about a character in the game who is, of course, a young girl. I do not know how old she is. I do not know if she's like technically some older person who's maybe been a robot forever. I don't care. She can be 80 years old because she's been a robot forever, but she classifies as like 7. I don't care. If the character looks young, if she acts young in anime or any form of media and you want to sexualize them, you are fucking weird. And I feel like you should be immediately arrested for taking part in posting about a very young character. Now, what's going on with Pragmata is weird because you have people on Twitter attacking people who want to play the game, right? You have like this side that's like, this game is amazing. It's this father-daughter complex. This is like what I was expecting. This is so good. Love this game. Then you have the people that kind of ruin the image of the girl because, yes, she is barefoot. She, I guess you could say, barely has clothes on because she just has a big jacket on her. Who knows if she's wearing anything under there? We don't need to know that. We should not want to know that. But of course, there's some people that would love to see that, which is disgusting. And it's funny that even with a video game character, this really shows, and even like lately with Epstein files, there's a lot more people in this world than you might think that like kids and want to touch kids. Like, it's not as rare as you might think. And my thing is, it's weird that we've created this dynamic where we can't even get a game like Pragmata that's like this father-daughter complex where it's so like this adorable little girl going on this adventure with this guy who's protecting her, and we're going to get some nice story from Capcom, cool new IP, because you have a side that is saying that you're kind of a pedophile for wanting to play a game where you're taking care of a little girl, or like a little girl is central to the plot, I guess, which is really weird that we can't enjoy it anymore because it's looked at as weird. And then it makes it worse when you have like these disgusting people that create bad things about a young girl character, or just in general making weird statements, that it makes genuine people like me personally, why I want to play it is because I want to be a father personally, and I personally do love kids in the actual normal human way of, you know, playing with them and seeing them laugh, and be able in the future raise my own and have, you know, see the evolution of them growing up, because we all were kids one time. But being attracted to them is like a whole different sickness. Like, you should just love the idea of, oh, I can take care of what I used to be, and, you know, see it evolve, and not, oh, I want to do loving things with them or see them in a specific way. That is really fucking weird. And it's hard because people like me and like tons of other people that are playing the game right now genuinely want a cool story. They think the character might be cute or adorable, and it's like father-daughter complex, and they're like, oh, that's like what I like in a game, or what I like in an anime, or what I like in a movie. They might appeal to that. For example, I liked God of War a lot. I've played all of them, and I really love the new God of Wars. Artreus in 2018 was like 7 years old or 8 years old. I don't really know his age, But it's interesting that like women in the world, of course, there's women out there that want to touch little boys. And lately I've been seeing a lot of like school teachers that have been graping children, you know, young boys. Because again, not this is not only a male problem. That men and women can do the same exact thing. Every human being is capable of the same exact thing to different levels, of course, and extents, I guess you could say. But you look at something like God of War 2018 coming out, you don't see like female communities. Of course, this is not to say that it's not real or not a thing, but we have never seen like God of War controversy, women sexualizing Artreus with no clothes or taking his shoes off on Reddit forums or creating weird art. Is it out there? Probably. I don't know and I don't care. But it's like we get a little girl and men are a lot more common to be like attracted to younger girls as opposed to like a woman with a younger boy. Again, it is very much a thing on both sides, but it's a lot more intense on the male side. And it's really just sad because it's like after this, we probably will not get another game that's like this from any studio. Capcom will probably not make a second one of this game because it's like, is it worth the controversy at all? Probably not. And there's like also this notion that it's Capcom's fault for designing her like to look like a doll and have her feet out, like no shoes, no socks, and just be a big coat. And apparently from a comment I read, they said that she has nothing under the coat. I don't know if that's true, but did they shoot themselves in the foot for like their own design intent for a character by having her dressed this way and look doll-like? Maybe, I guess you could say that they're like baiting the people who would be attracted to her in, but is that really their fault? No, I don't think so. I highly disagree with that. And then there's this whole discourse about they're feeding into an anime meme where you can get this badge of Diana crying on Twitch, and it feeds into like this very like obscure, like probably really unknown meme in the anime community of like a crying girl, and it has like pedo connection. I don't know. I watch anime, but I'm not a big, super big anime turbo watcher. I'm not. And I don't even know what that meme is. Is Capcom going into that? I mean, maybe it's Japanese, but it's literally just her crying. It's a badge of her crying. She's a young girl. Kids cry. It's looks memey. It's funny. There's a lot of memes of people like crying or laughing or whatever as like reaction images. I don't know. Like, I feel like people are like going too deep into certain things about this to just like start useless conversations and drama. Because I'm going to be real. We're living in rage bait era right now. Rage bait is like at an all-time high. And that's why stuff like this, it's really nothing to be like super tripped over about, because you're just getting rage baited and it won't stop. It's only going to get worse. Now, I want to get into something specific about Pragmata because it is, of course, made by Capcom. That is Japanese. And as you would know, with Japanese culture and younger girls, it is very common in anime, whether it's like lollies or just, you know, their age of consent laws being a lot different than America. And it's like, did developers have an intent of sexualizing this character? I don't think so. Is there some of the developers that probably think some stuff like that? Maybe. Like, dude, who knows? A lot of people, we never know what they're thinking. But the only thing we can say is they created a cute looking girl. She's not some like monster looking creature that you're with. She's obviously like this young kid who's with you, who has no shoes on, no socks. And automatically that's like, Capcom is trying to kind of bait you in because they're showing her feet. And it's really funny because I had a conversation before this Reddit came out. I had a conversation with one of my good friends when we both played the demo. We played it day one. And on the main menu of the demo, they had Diana, the girl in question, on the main menu. And like, she was kind of like you were seeing her back like crouched down, and like her feet were like on the screen on the main menu of the demo. And I told my friend, I said, I guarantee you, people are going to sexualize this character. Capcom put her feet on the screen. Yes, they probably shot themselves in the foot for that. I said they put her feet on the screen. I guarantee you, there's gonna be crazy, nasty people like making posts about this girl. Guarantee it. And what do you know? I think like 3 days after that, after the demo, this whole controversy happened with like the Reddit threads and it being taken down with like the weird content about Diana and stuff like that. And it's like, he told me that I was like tripping for saying that, but it's like, bro, people are weird. Like, what's going on with Pragmata is crazy because it's like, even if you want to genuinely enjoy the game, you're like a genuine person, you like the father daughter complex or like, you know, mother son, whatever you want to say, um, or you just like kids, like not in that way, it's like you can't even really enjoy it because you might be looked at as weird from people on Twitter that want to shame you and say that you're a pedophile and you count as that community of being weird. And it's like, we need to not do that because that's not really safe. That's not good to say that, oh, if you just like kids in general, you have pedophilic, if that's even a word, like pedophilic tendencies. Because why do you want to play a game with a kid? Like, that's really what people are saying. Why would you want to play a game where a kid is a main character with showing her feet or his feet or whatever? It's like, bro, we can't even enjoy this as a normal human being anymore. And it's really sad. Like, I really wanted to talk about this because it's really bothering me. I was waiting for this game for years. I'm glad it's getting good reviews. I'm glad that it's probably going to sell well. But unfortunately, honestly, we probably won't get a second one. We probably won't get another type of game like this from another studio. Unless it's a male. Because if it's a young boy like Artreus was in God of War, well, we're not going to see this. But anything with like a, well, let me go back because we just got Resident Evil Requiem and we had Emily, which surprisingly didn't get sexualized like how Diana is. I don't know why, like what's the difference between them to the weirdos? I really don't know. Maybe because Diana's like a robot and they're like, well, she's technically not a human. I don't know. But we didn't see, you know, Emily controversy, and she was kind of with like a mother like figure with Grace as, you know, the main person that was with her. Whereas this game is a male character with this young girl. So I really don't know. I think this is ridiculous. If you want to play Pragmata because you like genuinely want to play it and like you have genuine likeness towards being a male character taking care of, you know, a young girl, and you're not like thinking weird about it, have fun, like enjoy it. Do not feel like you're some fucking pedophile or a part of that community. We just need to like really be safe about criticizing the correct people who need to be criticizing this, especially knowing that this is extremely normal in terms of like, this is a lot more common than you think in terms of people liking young people, children. Like, we've seen the files. We know who's in there. This is not rare. A lot of people like kids and it's not okay. So I just wanted to make this video because this has been such a hot topic in general for like a minute with, you know, Epstein and fucking all this shit. And me and my boys talk about this all the time. And I've wanted to make videos on my channel of, you know, aside from gaming, of just me talking. I've been wanting to do this forever. And honestly, this was just something that really means a lot to me because, you know, me specifically wanting to be a father so much. And I've been waiting for this game for a minute. I've been hyped for it. Just got done with Resident Evil 9. I love Capcom. You know, I love their new IPs. I feel like if they're going to make this Pragmata, I feel like this, when I end up playing it and finishing it, it's probably going to be like one of my top games this year. Again, I don't know how it ends. I don't know if maybe we will, it's kind of ending to tell us we're not going to get another one. Even if it kind of tells us we'll get another one, we probably won't. I'm going to be real. Because like, well, unless they make Diana older, I don't know. But Another game with a young girl and a male character in it, probably not happening, but I really just wanted to share my thoughts on that. And I will be uploading part 1 of Pragmata really soon, and I will be finishing the game and maybe do a review, one of my first reviews for a game. But feel free to drop a comment of your thoughts below about this whole situation. You could start a discussion, ask questions, do whatever you'd like. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell for more, and I'll see you guys in the next video.